Hello everyone. Now I just want to say I'm sorry that it's taken a bit longer for me to make a video, um, because I've not been feeling well lately. But this will be, well, it's not easy to say, but like this will be another video. I'm not very good at I'm not very good at making videos, but I thought I might make this one because I want to get something off my chest. Now, some people are confused. Some people wonder like why is the cyber leader from Doctor Who in a chair. Now, some people wonder that. Admittedly, you could go to the Wikipedia, but this video is for people who don't know that reason. Now, admittedly, you could just type up and go into someone else's video or go on the Wikipedia, but it will be a bit difficult. Like some of these types of questions are hard to be answered because, like, when you search up something, like sometimes the Google will not understand what you're talking about, and you'd have to go into other sites in order to understand. So yeah, I just want to make it clear though, I don't do Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. I don't do any of those sites. I mainly do YouTube, and I don't have very good editing. That is why this camera is black, because I do not have a good editing position, nor is it able to capture me on. Look, no, look, it's a bit I'm not very good at editing. To me, editing is a bit complex. I sound a bit dyslexic, I know. Editing is very complex, but I promise you, when I have a PC and a camera, the editing will become a bit more better. That is if, like, my editing... But it mainly depends on editing skills. But getting to this... Now, this video is not going to be on for long, so I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible because I'm on my Doctor Who episode. I'm on Season 16, Episode 2. I've decided to watch all classic episodes of Doctor Who on BBC BritBox every season from season 1 to season 25. I also want to make it clear that the Doctor Who season that we're on is season 39. Season 13 is actually if you want to count it in chronological order, the season we're actually on is season 39, not season 13. But because the series is revived, they refer to it as season 13. But sometimes it's best to, like, not to confuse people, we just want to refer to it as fans of the old show, we want to refer to it as season 39. Some fans, anyway. So season 13 today would be called season 39. And it's best to probably call it that. But getting back to the video. Now, first off, I want to make it quite clear to people because they'll be confused. Now, I must go over what a Cyberman is because not many people know what a Cyberman is at all. So a Cyberman is part of the science fiction series Doctor Who, not Star Wars or Star Trek. It is part of the British science fiction series Doctor Who, and is one of the antagonists of it. Now, the Cybermen first made their appearance on the 10th planet in 1963, and I think that's correct, 1963, or is it 1966? I don't know. But they first made their appearance on the 10th planet, and the very last episode that William Hartnell plays as the Doctor. Well, then there's the three Doctors, but still. So this would be the first time we see the Doctor regenerate. Now, I want to make it clear. Another thing to make it clear, I do not want to count the regenerations that we've seen in the Timeless Child because I consider that to be irrelevant. I consider that to be kind of wrong. It does give us a background of the Doctor's story, but it is also quite wrong as well. And I know I'm getting off topic, but I just want to share that with you guys. I don't want to count that. I'm just going to assume the Doctor left Gallifrey because he was bored of the planet and I don't want to assume, like, the Doctor came from another place, an unknown world, and is the key and the source to all Time Lords. No way, I don't want to assume that. And, I'm with other people. Nobody likes The Timeless Child. It is a good episode. It is a bit good of an episode and a bit of a good plot. But when it gets to that bit with the Doctor and never mind. So yeah, let's get back to the topic. Now, for people to understand, in the science fiction series, there is something called a cyber leader, a cyber controller, or a cyber king. Regardless, it's kind of the same. Now, a cyber leader, cyber controller, or cyber king, whatever you want to call it, is mainly, as in the name, is a supreme leader of the Cybermen and controls all of them. Now, if a cyber leader, or a cyber king, or a cyber controller were to be destroyed, another Cyberman equal to its rank would take that position and designate themselves as the leader. Now, some Cyber Kings come in different forms. Admittedly, they all have... Now, Cybermen have... So I'm going to show you, actually. Cybermen, their helmets are shaped like that. This is a figure of the Cyber King. So, Cyber Leader, sorry. Now, their handle-shaped helmets, the Cyber Leader's handle-shaped helmets, unlike the others, are black. That's the color of a Cyber Leader. Its helmets, its handles are black. That's to show that it's a Cyber Leader. Now, the first time we see a Cyber Controller is in Doctor Who: The Tomb of the Cybermen. That's the first time we see a Cyber Controller. Or at least I think so. But yeah, so it's a Cyberman that has a big brain. Now, there are other Cyber Controllers as well. There are other Cyber Controllers in the Doctor Who series, but I will refer to the one... I will refer to the Lumik Cyberman, played by... What's his name? Rod Pack something? I don't know. Someone who... The guy that played as Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. A British science fiction... Sorry, not a science fiction. Just a comedy from the 1980s. Now... Lumik was, he played as, John Lumic was the one that played as, that's not his actor, that's the name of the villain in the Doctor Who episode Rise of Cybermen and Age of Steel. Now, Lumic, now, when fans first see Lumic, they immediately get the idea that he's a maniac. And he is, he's pretty much a maniac. Now, Lumic is obsessed with his creations and his designs, but the main one that we see is the Cybermen. Now, these Cybermen are from a parallel universe, and now there are two types of Cybermen: the parallel universe and the one that we know of. Now, the parallel universe Cybermen are the one with the C's on their chest, the letter C on their chest. The ones that are seen without the C's on their chest are the Cybermen we know, but they've been upgraded again. They've been upgraded. I think it's just because the parallel universe was ahead of their time. But regardless, it's still a Cyberman at the end of the day. So, during the episode, Lumic, he uses the earpods. It seems that when in this the parallel universe the Doctor ends up in, because his TARDIS crashes and falls out of the vortex, ended up in to him a lost dimension. But then it's London, but then they realise it's a parallel universe. Mickey realises that they're in a parallel universe. And technology is a bit ahead of its time, because we wouldn't have Zeppelins in London. We have the technology to make Zeppelins, but that would be a lot of money. There'd be a lot of money to have Zeppelins. You could still have a Zeppelin, but it's a lot of money. So, getting straight to the point, the Doctor is unaware that the Cybermen are here. In a matter of fact, in this universe, in this parallel world, the Cybermen don't come from Mondas, or at least we don't know. They're invented on this world instead. Now they're still cyborgs. Cybermen are still cyborgs, so they still have the organic components. Some people think that Cybermen aren't drones. Some people think Cybermen are drones or robots, but they are cyborgs. Cybermen are cyborgs. And I'm not calling people stupid here. This is just for those who don't know. I'm not calling anyone stupid. Now, some people wonder as to why he's in a chair. Why Lumic is in a chair. Well, first off, there is actually a reason. Now, when it was written on the script, John Lumic wouldn't be in a wheelchair. However, the person who plays as John Lumic broke his leg. During the film production, he broke his leg, but they couldn't replace him. They didn't want to replace him. So they decided that they had to change the script. This time in the script, John Lumic would be in a wheelchair. And a matter of fact, it would be changed to John Lumic is dying of a deadly disease, and he relies on life support. And this would be his inevitable version, which would mean he becomes a Cyberman or a cyber leader. He would be designated as cyber controller. But people mainly just refer to him as a cyber leader. Now, this happens because one of his friends destroys his life support that nearly kills him, but the Cybermen decide to convert him but he tries to stop them, but the Cybermen do not stop and go ahead with the conversion, despite Lumic constantly saying that he would die with his last breath. But Cybermen don't care because he's dying right now, and they have to convert him, otherwise he'll be dead. So he becomes a cyber leader. Now he ends up in a chair. But then, now the cyber leader now when he gets off his chair, this is not the guy that's playing as a cyber leader anymore. This is his stuntman. This is a stuntman playing as a cyber leader, because the actor that plays as John Lumic, or the Lumic Cyberman, cannot walk. He broke his leg during production, and it's his stuntman that takes over. But this is how we end up with the iconic cyber leader in the chair. This is how we end up with that. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I know this isn't a very good important information, and many people might already know this, but I just wanted to get it off my chest and I also want to make a video as well. Now, there won't be another video for a while because I need to think. I'm also doing my comics as well. I've got a lot of stuff to get off my chest. But I guarantee you that when I have a PC, I'm planning to get one this year. Unlike everyone else, I'm going to get a PC instead of a PS5. Because I've seen the difficulty in getting a PS5. As immediately, within 5 minutes, every PS5 is taken off the shelf by everyone. Wow, who knew everyone had a lot of money? Very surprising. People spend their entire time, buying PS5s for Christmas. Now, I also read this article as well, that many people money scammers, are taking advantage of this as well. They take advantage of this. Now, this is people who... Now, this is why most people would go on Amazon, because Amazon is you're guaranteed to get your package. But on other sites, people don't get their package. They either don't get it or end up with something else entirely, which they don't want. And I read this article where this guy said he had a PS5, and this woman bought it for his kid Christmas, and instead he ended up with a dog bed, or whatever it was. But, that's pretty bad. And, I think they're still trying to take advantage, the money grabbers, because they're just bastards. You know what I mean? They're just bastards. Now, I know this is not part of the video, but, again, I just want to get some stuff off my chest. And I also want to make a video for you guys. Now, I'm pleased to see that I got a lot of views. Now, I know, regardless of how many views, I still like you guys. And I also want to apologize for the rage video I made about Resident Evil a couple months ago. Because, I just got angry. I just got so angry because I didn't like the fact that people were... I was afraid that people were just going to be like, no, we don't want Resident Evil movies. We don't want that at all. We just want the games. Because, I love it when game companies or other people decide to ask, well, I think it's the other way around. People go to the game company and ask, hey, your game's so popular, why don't we make a film about it? And he's like, okay, sure. But, for Resident Evil, that's not quite easy. And for other films, like, Doom and Sonic, it's a bit easy. Well, it's not easy. Not easy, it's easy and hard to make these types of films. Because, a lot of effort is put into them. And the bad films, like Resident Evil, are not given a lot of effort. I do like the first Resident Evil film and the Resident Evil Apocalypse, but I thought that Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City would fix that problem, but unfortunately it doesn't, because there were downsides to the film. When I went to see the cinema, after I went to the cinema and saw it, not before going through an army of ads, a lot of ads, which is really annoying. I watched the film and I was like, that's the city. So there's a lot of flaws to it. The city is small. I'll make a video about this. Actually, the city's too small. It looks like a nuclear town. Which and as another way, I think it's like, so you know how when they test nukes in that, so they make fake towns so they could test the nuke's strength. It's like in Indiana Jones, from the Indiana Jones film, like when he ends up in like a weird looking town that's full of mannequins, like that. That's what it kind of looks like. And the only big building is the Raccoon City building, the Raccoon City Police Department, which that's a lot of effort that's been put into that, but they didn't give us much of the building. They only gave us the cells, which looked terrible, and they also gave us the chief's office and the star's office, which looks too small as well. It looks even smaller. So, but I will make a video about the flaws of Resident Evil. I will. In a couple of weeks. But yeah, I just want to get some stuff off my chest, as I said to you. And I'm coming up with my comics as well. I'm making a lot of comics. I might even show you some, but for now I keep them at my school. I keep them at my school to keep them safe. So yeah. So this video was just for people that didn't know why the cyber controller Lumic is in a chair at all. It's also, I also want to say that he also appears in Lego Dimensions as well as one of the bosses. He also appears in Lego Dimensions as one of the bosses. Yeah. I know that's not enough information for anyone, but again, as I said, this video is just for those who don't know. And I might not get a lot of views, but as I said, regardless, it doesn't matter how many views I get. I'm still happy for people to watch it, regardless if it's 1, 2, 3. I'm so grateful that people take their time to watch these videos. It doesn't matter if they quit it or not. I understand. If the video is not that good for them, they can just leave it. You can also leave a like and subscribe, or leave a dislike if you want. It's up to you. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you've made it to the end of the video, I'm very grateful. If you haven't, that's okay. Again, you know, I love it when people watch my videos. I love it when they watch it. Even if the video doesn't get, even if there's one video that doesn't have views on it, I'm still happy for people to watch. And yeah, I'll see you soon.